Hey guys, what's going on? Happy Wednesday, January 31st, 2024. Welcome to Wealth for Real Facebook Live. Happy January, happy almost February, happy Wednesday. A couple things for you guys I wanted to touch on. I want to get one thing out of the way right away. Was moderating some comments on the YouTube channel, and let me just say this, I probably shouldn't say this out loud, but there are very few comments that I won't allow onto the channel. Even if they're nasty, even if they're, ad hominem attacks on me or whatever. I mean, it has to be very, very severe for me to not moderate it into the channel where it's visible. And I just happened to go in there. I just had a feeling. I was like, I think this post that I put up about the IRS contractor who leaked the tax returns, there'd already been one comment a couple days ago that I'd moderated in there and allowed through. I think the guy called me scum or something like that. And I kind of, I responded to him as, respectfully as humanly possible. So I was like, let me just go in there and check one more time and see if, see what's in there, and sure enough, there was another one that it wasn't just moderated, to be invisible, but it was being held for potentially, offensive language or something like that. Turned out the offensive language was the word idiot. And yes, that was directed at me. But it was notable, and I wanted to bring it up here to you guys because I've never really imagined being called this. But the guy, basically called Little John, the IRS contractor, the commenter said, Little John's an idiot, and so is this left-wing nut, Wealth for Real, the channel, me. And so I was like, I think that's the first time in my life I've been called a left-winger or a left-wing nut or anything like that. I found it very, very tickling to be called that. I mean, in full transparency, guys, I started out life on the right side of the political spectrum, but navigated my way to the libertarian-esque middle. Although I do not associate with the Libertarian Party, I don't associate with any political parties. We have a systemic-wide breakdown here in our politics in general. So I don't ascribe myself to any of them. But the fact that I migrated over from right to middle or centrist, whatever you want to call, having libertarian ideals, and only certain ones at that, I really found it funny that I was called a left-wing nut. But anyway, so the main reason I want to get on live here with you guys, and alert you to the fact I did make a YouTube video tonight after moderating those comments, where I shared my screen. I kind of went into this paper that I've talked about, I think, with you guys before, somewhere or another, the Precautionary Principle, authored by Nassim Taleb and a bunch of other guys, back in 2014, and largely focused on things like not financial stuff, but the environment, the use of genetically modified organisms or GMO foods like Monsanto produces, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, that that paper has been very, very intriguing to me for a lot of reasons since I read it, and I've been meaning to read it for a long time. But one of the things that really jumped out at me from the paper, and it's in the YouTube video. I really encourage you guys to watch it, even if you're watching this live or you see this video, because you'll actually see me citing the paper and kind of pointing some things out to you. But what's interesting about the section of the paper that I focused on in the video about the interconnectedness of the financial system, and there was a point or two in the paper that does cite the financial aspect of the precautionary principle, like how it bears on financial markets and the global economy and stuff like that. And in this particular section, it cited the 2008 Great Recession, but it was really more the principle of the concept of interconnectedness, global interconnectedness economically, that made me want to make this video right now, and sort of harp on that fact, because it was kind of occurring to me as I traversed my way to the vehicle to leave the office, that we cannot think of ourselves any longer, and I think this was already proven, at least a decade and a half ago, but we cannot think of ourselves any longer as, like standalone sectors of the economy or segments of the global economy or whatnot. There is no such thing. There is no such thing as saying, well, it's just the blank industry that's having a problem. It's just subprime real estate that's having a problem. It's just the housing market that's having a problem. We are too interconnected. We are too globally enmeshed for that to be the case anymore. We cannot make that argument anymore. Okay, so to the present day, when we look at something like the severe troubles that appear to be growing in the commercial real estate sector, we can't sit here and say it's just commercial real estate. Like, that is wildly irresponsible. And the analogy that popped in my head that inspired me to jump on this live is the following. Let's say you're living in a house and all of a sudden one of the rooms in the house is on fire. Okay, let's say you got a 3-story home, you got a basement, you got like a living room, dining room, family room level, and then you got an upstairs with a bunch of bedrooms. Okay, let's say one member of the family is like, hey, there's a fire. And another member of the family says, oh, don't worry, the fire is just in the family room. We're up here in the bedrooms. No problem. Like, how ridiculous would that be? Right? How irresponsible would that be to say that? Okay? and for that to be the response mechanism utilized in a situation like that, right? If the house goes on fire somewhere, the entire house is potentially going to be burned down. And that is the way that I think of the global economy, the United States economy inside of the global economy, however you want to put it. That is how I think about it. And I just truly, truly believe that we yet again have, analysts, experts, whatever the fuck you want to call them, who are sitting on those television screens that we look at every day, or on our phones or whatever, saying there's no recession, we got a soft landing, nothing to worry about, everything's okay, inflation's under control, we'll start cutting rates next year. They are saying all this as the smoke is wafting up from the family room. Okay, going back to my analogy. Okay, like, there is fire somewhere in this house. And if we don't put that fire out, if it can even be put out at this point, I don't think, and let me be clear about it, guys, I don't think the commercial real estate problem can be put out right now. Now, what comes of this situation now, as bad as I think it's going to be, maybe there's a tiny little molecule of hope that it will inspire reforms, a different approach, some actual, I don't mean some bullshit Dodd-Frank Act 2010 type of response. I mean something real that changes the way we systemically, do business within the framework of our systems. The monetary system, the debt-based system, the Federal Reserve, the debt-fueled artificial boom-bust cycle. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm not talking about some stupid-ass piece of legislation that doesn't do shit. Okay, so barring that, that tiny little molecule of hope, let's say it never comes to fruition, we'll do this all over again at some point, and we'll start another fire and burn another house down. But right now, I think the smoke wafting up from the family room, it's a real fire. It's really going to get out of control here. And once it rages, it's not just going to burn the family room. It's going to burn the dining room. It's going to burn the living room. It's going to burn the bedrooms. It's going to spread down into the foundation. And there's going to be nothing left but a bunch of fucking ash. Okay? So that's how I view this situation now. That's how I view what's coming with commercial real estate in particular. Maybe it's something else, guys. Maybe my eye is way off the ball. I mean, it won't be the first time. You know what I mean? Like, don't listen to me. Like, do your own research. I personally think the fire, the very beginnings of the fire are in the commercial real estate problem that is just about to get way out of control over the next 5 years. But wherever it starts, okay, it's going to burn out of control. And we don't have the tools or the policies or, most importantly, the guts to get it under control and make sure it doesn't happen again. So anyway, guys, I really encourage you to check out the YouTube video, because you'll see the precautionary principle paper that I was talking about. You'll see the section I'm talking about that hammers home this point about interconnectedness, the interdependence within the financial system, and how it led to the 2008 Great Recession. And in my opinion, how we're just running that play all over again right now. So anyway, guys, check that out when you get a chance. It's already published on the YouTube channel. It's up there now. If you want to take a look at it, definitely appreciate that. Definitely appreciate you guys checking out this live. If you have any questions about any of it or comments, I mean, would love to hear what you guys think. I'm always up for learning what other people's perspectives are on this type of stuff, and incorporating that into what I'm trying to look at and stuff like that. If you guys can't find a precautionary principle paper, I can get that to you. It's not that hard to pick up on a Google search, but it does have like a weird website that you got to download it from. You know, assuming it's still on that website. So, so anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Until next time, looking forward to hearing your comments and stuff. If you're not following me on Facebook or subscribing on YouTube, would definitely appreciate that. But hope everybody has a great Wednesday night, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.